What's up everyone, I'm back with another video. I just played a few hands to warm up. Made a few mistakes, so I'm just like, fuck it, let's start all over again. Okay, so looks like we have a pretty interesting hand on board 3. It's a single raise pot. He bets big on the flop, checks the turn, which is pretty weird, considering the king is pretty good for his range. And now we river a straight on the river. I'm just gonna bet tiny, try and get called by his one pair holdings. I'm going to be betting pretty high frequency on board 2 on this kind of Broadway board. It's very good for our range. He does have 9, so maybe we could have gotten a little bit more value. So we do get called on the big bet. That's pretty alarming. With our no equity hand, I'm pretty much just giving up here. On board 3, kind of can mix this one. I think with the double backdoors, we can just bet. And he's betting pot on the river, so it's pretty easy for us. I feel like I was making a lot of pre-flop mistakes in the beginning. It's a limp pot. I think we can just lead here one big blind, but I'm just going to go for this check raise. Same thing here, a Broadway board, pretty good for us. This in position player will have a lot of small pocket pairs basically, and occasionally something like 9-10 suited. On this turn, we're just going to be betting. We can either bet or check, to be honest. But it's kind of obvious that we just have what we have. We just have way more ace-x. So just going to be betting small. Of course, we get the min raise, and it's kind of obvious that we're chopping this. On this river, I'm thinking that he could be min-raising like some 2-pair here. Might level himself into a call. We're just chopping now. On the off chance he does have some weird king-queen that wants to just get to showdown. So we 3-bet on board 2 and get 2 callers. We do flop a queen. Our hand will require some protection, especially on a board this wet. We get snap call from the button. Very alarming. What's our notes on this guy? Cold calls kings. So it's just knowing that he's this kind of player that likes to cold call monsters. We might be screwed here, but I think with our hand we're just gonna go with it, to be honest. Yeah, it's just yeah, I just think that his player profile. I think it's just like, now that we have that kind of read on him, it's kind of obvious what we need to do in the future. We can just start overfolding to his like min raises like that. I'm gonna call here with this weaker player. I don't think we can get squeezed much. And on board 1, I kind of think we have a straightforward call here. He does have some missed flush draws most of the time. Can have something like ace high. Gonna float with the 2 overs, backdoor flush draw, backdoor straight. Looks like we were right this time. Yeah, this hand's just kind of annoying, to be honest. But now we just know how to play against this kind of player. Gonna call again. Gonna decide on the river. He did bet small, tiny on the turn. Now he's betting somewhat big on the river. It's important to note that we do block some jacks, mainly jack 9, jack 10. With a small bet on the river, I'd imagine he'd try to like go bigger with his overpairs. So I think based on his turn sizing, I'm just going to be calling down here. Limp pot on board 1. Yeah, we even block like a lot of like the queen 10 sort of stuff. I'm just thinking, does he ever take the sizing with like ace 9. Yeah, I don't know. And he does have pocket sixes, so pretty weird line by him. Still annoyed about this hand right here. Well, what can we do? Top pair, 3-bet pot. King Jack offsuit. Pretty sure we can peel here or have a 4-bet bluff. We're really deep though, so I think I'm just gonna play a call. We do flop a backdoor flush and a gutter, so it's an okay flop. Just have a lot of ace queen here, king queen, which we block. Even has some jack 10 suited. Even has a lot of ace king, but we block those kind of hands, so just see how it plays out. Gonna call, turn is an ace, very good card for him. We river the nuts. That is amazing. Considering that check on the turn, I think he'll be calling more. So I'm gonna size up here. Gonna get check raise on board 2. Looks like we got the call. Don't think he's gonna be doing raising much, so I don't think, and I think that he's gonna have a lot of hands that would want to call. So I don't think it makes much sense inducing. He does have ace 4 suited. Nice to see that he's a type of player that has these kind of 3-bet bluffs. Yeah, if we're betting small, we're just getting a call from that. I'm gonna fold even though some min raise here. And gonna be checking here. Although this hand would be a hand that would want to bet since we do have a diamond. Just gonna take my showdown now. Even though I think we can bet the turn. Flopping an ace here. Multi-way, we have 2 short stacks. We can just start betting small. Gonna tag these guys. We do get a call. Important to note that king queen got there, but we blocked that. And on board 2, he's leading into us on an ace, which is kind of alarming. Though I think we can raise for value here. Gonna go for another bet here. I think he'll have some weaker ace X. Now on board 2, we have to think a little bit here. Yeah, like, I'm just gonna fold this turn exploitatively, actually. He's very short stack. He doesn't have many bluffs here. He has a lot of 2-pair combos, even like a set here, maybe pocket 4s, pocket 10s. So I know it's gonna seem tight, but this line just doesn't have many bluffs in it. I'm deciding whether we can value bet. Do we ever get called by worse here, like some random ace 5 offsuit? I think there's enough value, so I'm just gonna go for a normal sizing, fold to like a jam or something. And we're gonna get led into on board 1. There's a lot of draws here. Not board 1, board 3. There's a lot of draws here, so I think I'm gonna go for another raise. And a fairly big one here. Just want him to like regret his decision here. That's a really good turn. I'm gonna go for an overbet here. Really try and like make those flush draws hate their life. And on that river, it's really clean. Let's just pray he doesn't have pocket 8s. There's just so many other king X combos we can get value from. And with that snap fold, I think he pretty much has a flush draw. Sorry about that, I just slipped a bit. I think we're kind of break even right now after that. And I'll just have my tracker open on the other monitor so I can just see how we're doing progress-wise. Yeah, we're up $2. We're gonna call the 3-4 suited. We do have a gutter backdoor flush draw. Important. Lately, I've been winning mostly just on non-showdown though. With the gutter backdoor flush draw, pretty sure we can just call here. Do turn a pair, but that's kind of irrelevant. And we're gonna get a cold caller, and of course there is a dreaded ace and a single raise pot. with kings and a very short stack, very wet board, we're kind of just hating our life trying to get showdown, to be honest. It's kind of weird. We can value bet some rivers, like block bet. Like this is a river we're going to block bet here, try to get called by a 10. Or even just taking it down. Ooh. Can 3-bet king 5 sometimes. But in my opinion, you just need a very linear 3-betting range in these micro stakes. Let's play until we get this chest. Like once the rate gets lower, you can start 3-betting all that like king 6 suited that you see. I think pocket sevens does want some protection. So I think we're going to be mixing, but most likely betting. At least that's how I imagine it. Like we can check back something like 10s, 9s that doesn't need a lot as protection as like 7s. Depends on how you're going to construct your own range though. That's just how I'm going to be playing. Once again, we're deep, so I don't really want to be 3-bet bluffing this spot. We got another guy that seems like a reg. Gonna get a check back. I think with these kind of spots, the way I just committed myself to a check on the flop, it's kind of like I just need to get this to showdown sort of thing. Gonna go for a bluff here. Yo, you just have a feeling sometimes, guys. But really, I think the 7 blocker really helps us. And like, we need to have these kind of bluffs. Where is that hand? Oh yeah, we need to have these kind of bluffs when we're when we have this check down. Damn it, I misclicked the sizing pre-flop. So we're gonna be playing a somewhat inflated pot. So pretty wet board. I think we're gonna be checking a lot though. And on board 1, we're gonna be betting a lot. On an ace, we're still gonna be betting. Like this is a pretty good bluff combination. We do have like some showdown value. And I think I'm gonna go for a larger bet on this turn and just check back most rivers. We do have showdown value here. He does have a lot of like king X. Just the way he's checking though is kind of weird. Don't want to read too much into it, but I think if we have just like 7 high here, we'd have to bluff, but we do have showdown value. I'm just trying to see if like we win against anything by checking. I don't think we do, but just the way that he called these big bets on the flop and the turn, I think we just have to give up. That's a pretty weird hand to see. I just imagine that he's calling a lot on the flop with like some king X. So like when the king comes on the river, I don't think he has many folds. I think with the king 10 suited, if we can just call here, we do have a short stack on the big blind. Don't think he's going to be squeezing much. And this is a pretty good hand to play in position. Start with a check. Going to be blocking on board 1. We need to put his ace highs in like a tough spot that want to get to showdown. He's gonna get a call. And now we're just gonna be bombing this river. Betting small on board 2 and we get a call. I think we can check back this turn now. He just has some king queen that gets there. Some jack 10 that improves. Nice to get it through on board 3. Now we have to think, do we get any value from worse on board 2? Maybe some queen jack, some king jack we can get value from. Does he have any stronger ace x here? I think those would be most likely betting. Let's try to get some value from like a king jack holding. It looks like we did that. I'm mostly guessing that he has king jack. Yeah, that's kind of how it goes. So definitely just try to think about like whether you can get called by worse. And I really believe that he has these kind of middling pair holdings. On this turn, I can be overbetting, could be checking. Most likely overbetting though. Just passing the 300 hand mark. And it looks like a lot of our winnings are just based on non-showdown lately. Normally I'd call like the king jack, like you saw me call with king jack before, but this guy's really short. We don't have much playability in like post flop. Kind of weird spot on board 2, but even though it's limp pot, I'm going to be folding. Same thing on board 3. And folding on board 1. Yeah, so just 100 more points for this chest. Really want to be milking this guy, to be honest. If he somehow has like 5-7, congratulations. We'll be 3-betting sometimes with the king 9 suited. This is more like a button 3 versus button 3-bet, but it's still okay to 3-bet this against cutoff. Let's see how this plays out. This guy opens 8 big blinds. Just if you ever see like some anomaly like that, it's just important to watch it. Like then you can see what hands are doing that with. If he shows up with aces, it's kind of like, that's like a huge read in the long run. Like that min raise by that guy is a huge read. It's not really, this is like a board where we have a high check back frequency, but I think we're mostly checking with like our over pairs. With our gut shot and our pair, sometimes we're going to be betting. Or betting more often. Like these are the kind of hands we're going to be betting. Turn. Still think we want to be denying equity from flush draws. And going to be checking the queen 8. Try to realize some equity on the turn. And he does have like some 6x here. That kind of sucks on the river. We're never getting value from his missed draws, so we can just easily check back here and try to win against some 10-6. Like, I know it sounds weird, but some random 6x here. It just sucks that he does have like some a6 suited, a6 offsuit that he'll be calling here and just gets there. But he can also have weird stuff like that, I guess. This is never calling a river bet. It's kind of weird how he's calling the turn. Well, it's weird that he's calling pre-flop first of all, then he's calling the flop, then he's calling the turn. So yeah, overall just a weird call. Pretty nice hand here, ace king suited against a perceived weaker player. This is a weirder spot here. We have a min raise and a min click, and now we have pocket nines. Maybe we're just going to be calling here. And it's a pretty bad flop. Like, but in reality, this is a set mine with nines, which is kind of funny to say. Yeah, we're just going to fold here. This guy seems pretty nutted. And on board 3, I think we can just peel or fold sometimes, but it's just when you're playing against short stacks, right? There's not much playability. On board 2, we're going to be betting. We do have some nice backdoors. And on a blank, I think we're just sizing up now. And I think on board 1, we can just bet small. And on this run out, we just kind of have to fold. We block a lot of the draws we want him to have, specifically queen 10, a lot of these diamond draws, and he will have things like ace jack, king jack, you know. It's not really the best run out for us. And he wins with ace 4 suited, so yeah, that sucks. That really sucks. But yeah, I think he played fine. Gonna be mixing 3 bets with nines. Get a call this time. Can mix this turn. And check back or block the river. Yeah, maybe you should have just bet. But I did want him to bluff these kind of hands, these high card hands. You do turn top pair here. I think we're just gonna go for a straightforward betting strategy. I'm kind of like impatient. I really want to finish this chess. Also, because I have a few errands to run and the video is getting kind of long, so. It is a Saturday. Trying to think if I want to be 3-betting this hand against early position, but I think it's okay. Don't think I'm doing it pure. I think I'm mixing in some calls. And we flop top pair. And he will have a lot of these high card hands that I've seen. Well, I've seen a lot of players play, and they call like ace queen suited, ace queen offsuit, that kind of stuff. Again, I don't want to 3-bet this. It's kind of yeah, like he's short stack is what I meant to say. And now on board 2, we're kind of in a weird spot. We lose 2 things like jacks, and he will have some queens. But yeah, let's just bet. Pocket 5 is already like somewhat loose open, but yeah. I'm comfortable enough to open that hand, so 10-8 off is kind of I don't know, it feels punty against that sizing, but I think now we just flop trips and just check raise here. Do we dare jam? Does he ever have like, he does have like pocket jacks a lot, I guess. Just trying to think, do we ever get called by some ace 9 suited here? Ace 10 suited. he's definitely not calling with like his ace high hands, right? Like, which is why I'm just kind of hesitant to value bet, because the only hands we're trying to get value from is like some Jack 10 suited, Ace 10 suited, maybe Ace 9 suited. Yeah, I think we just have a check here. And he has a 6. Wow, we could have got wrecked there if he just like raised a turn or something. I don't know. And we're going to be calling on board 3. I hope he has something like queens or aces. Rivers a 9, just imagine. I think we have just like some like really good implied odds. But I don't think we can call an overbet with the flush draw out there. We're kind of reversed to a flush. Like if it comes like a 9 of hearts, we're getting stacked by a flush. So yeah. Easy, comfortable fold. Okay, we have 35 more points. Let's kind of finish strong. The video is longer than usual. I think I'll be checking more often with a club. I mean, betting more often with a club. But since these guys are checking back pretty quickly, I'm just going to be betting here. How do you snap check? Then just like min raise here. Okay. 7. If he bombs this turn, we're going to fold, obviously. Yep. It's fine, bro. I'm okay with checking it down. Keep min betting. It's fine. I'm okay with that, buddy. Yeah, that's what you call inducing, I guess, from their perspective. I'm okay with that, though. It's fine. Like, I guess their mindset is more like, oh, let me just min bet just so that, like, you know, I'll get guaranteed one big blind value. But you're not thinking about like the hands that you could get more value from. Like, what if I have king queen there with the club, right? Like, you're still calling the turn. You know, like imagine you have something like you're up against king queen of clubs. Like king, you're gonna get value from that anyway. Something like ace king with like a club on the turn, you're gonna get like a lot of value from. You know. So like that's why this min bet isn't very effective at all. You might be trying to induce them to bluff, but if you just get, I think you just lose so much more value against when your opponent has something, you know, when your opponent actually has something. I think we're back in the red column after those that string of hands where we just lost a lot. I guess we do have some Jack 10 suited. Oops. I guess you just have some. But, you know, like with the backdoor flush draw, it can't be wrong to bet, right? I'm going to size up on this kind of texture, though. Nice, nice, nice. C-bet takes it down. Gonna fold. Very short stack. Damn, this recording's 30 minutes and we're still not done this chest. There's a bronze chest. Not like it's gonna be anything special. Maybe get that dollar rake back. There's no way I'm finishing this other exclusive poker challenge. Let me just show you real quick. Yeah, it just finishes in 2 days. There's no way I'm gonna complete that. Just haven't been playing much. I think you have to play like minimum 25 NL to be able to finish that challenge. And I've only been playing 10-0 when I'm recording on PokerStars, so it's not like there's much I can do. I've been playing some 5-0 just to get a feel for the pool, and honestly, my conclusions is like it's a big rake trap. I know it's gonna get annoying that I'm gonna keep checking the chest, but I'm getting really impatient. We do flop an open ender backdoor flush draw, but it's not really a board that we're going to be check raising a lot, although we can. This might be a hand to do it with. Against early position, we're going to have to be much more careful, like an earlier position. Snap called on board 3. Pretty much just checking. It's not the best board for us. He has like 10s, 9s, 8s, 7s, even like some jack 8 suited. And he bets pretty big. We don't have a backdoor flush draw, so I'm kind of just inclined to fold here. King jack suited is a weird spot. I'm actually not really sure. I'm going to call this one. I do think we do call a lot. But I'm going to have to definitely review this pre-flop spot. I actually have no idea what to do. I think we're just going to be floating against a very small bet. Flop a boat on board 2. I mean board 3. It's pretty nice. Now we have quads. We're always stacking a queen. And I think we're just going to go for a normal sizing. I'm going to be annoyed if he calls with a queen, to be honest. There we go. That was so loud in my headphones. He has ace king. So we'll sit on next big blind. That sound from the chest was so loud it kind of scared me. And we're gonna pull up the graph, of course. And we're gonna open the chest. So we're gonna have this right here. And here's your graph for today. Looks like we just crushed a red line. And yeah, we're up like $2. Let's see our chest. Why is this so loud? We get some stars coins. And that's it. Let's check out this month since it is August tomorrow. Yeah, so we played 2,800 hands. We're up $50 in Canadian dollars. That's pretty okay, I guess. Have a good one, guys. Thanks for watching.